Hi, ladies and gentlemen, non-road user again. This time I have received a rather threatening letter from Middlesbrough Council, and I found this to be absolutely disgusting, because it seems to me that the inmates at Middlesbrough Town Hall have taken over the asylum, because they have said in this letter, "You have not paid your council tax instalment and you now owe X amount of pounds. This amount includes any payments due in the next 7 days. Sometimes payments are received late. If you have paid your council tax and it is up to date, please ignore this letter. It might be worthwhile paying a little earlier to avoid these letters being sent, or choose a date that is more convenient for you by paying by direct debit. To set up a direct debit, blah, 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 blah. If you haven't paid your latest instalment, please do so within the next 7 days to avoid further action being taken. If you don't do this, we will send you a court summons, which will add extra costs of up to X amount of pounds to your account. All of our available payment options are shown on the reverse of this reminder notice. We will only send you 2 reminders in any one financial year. If you pay late for a 3rd time, we will ask you to pay the rest of the year's council tax all in one go. Issued under the council tax, blah, 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 blah." Right, let's just stop there for a second, right? First of all, I have indeed paid the council tax instalment for the requisite amount that Middlesbrough Council were demanding for the month of April 2018. I have also elected to choose one of their payment options, which suits me just fine. But apparently, according to, this is the way I'm reading this from Middlesbrough Council, although the council tax amount was due in April 2018 and I paid it well within April 2018, it seems that that is not good enough for Middlesbrough Borough Council, and they felt the need to send myself, who by the way is an old age pensioner, receiving a state pension. So in other words, I'm not paid a 6-figure salary like some of the people on the Middlesbrough Borough Council executive are paid. So, I'm kind of, struggling along on a state pension, and I pay the council tax within the required month, but it seems that is not good enough for Middlesbrough Council. Now, I could have understood Middlesbrough Council sending a letter of this ilk if I had not paid the required amount in the required month, April, okay? Sorry, just having a quick slurp there. That would have been perfectly fine to me. I would have fully understood that. But when you've got a person like myself who is paying the council tax and he is not in arrears and never has been in arrears. I really don't understand this heavy-handed attitude. So if you turn the letter over on the reverse, it says at the bottom of the letter, reverse, what will happen if you do not pay? Well, I was remembering that I have paid. Okay, so let's run with this for a second. You are here, and image of an arrow pointing up to a box. A reminder notice may be issued if your instalment falls 7 days behind. Well, it hasn't, so I don't understand that. Arrow to the right. You now have 7 days to pay the amount shown on your reminder notice. Well, as I said, I've already paid that. Arrow down. A second reminder notice may be issued if your account is brought up to date, but a future instalment is late or missed. Now, this is where we get to the issue of the words late or missed, right? Because, as I've already said, I paid it in April, it was due in April, I've paid it in April, so therefore, how can it be late or missed? Go figure. Beats me, that one. This is why I come to the point about the inmates have taken over the asylum at Middlesbrough Town Hall, right? And bearing in mind, we're talking about Labour lefties here, right? Enough said about that. So, we go over to the right a bit and the arrow pointing up. If you do not pay the amount shown on your notice, your right to pay by instalments is lost, and the full balance for the year becomes due and must be paid within the next 7 days. Okay. What if someone cannot afford to pay the full balance within the next 7 days? Okay, so we move on to the arrow to the right. If you do not pay the full year's balance, a summons can be served requesting your attendance at court. Okay, so Middlesbrough Council apparently are going to plough on regardless, taking somebody to court who has already paid the required amount within the required month for the council tax, but apparently, according to them, I haven't paid it soon enough. Pfft, go figure. Beats me. It must be a Labour lefty loan thing. Anyway, so we progress to the arrow from that box to the right. If you do not pay the amount due on your summons, the council will request a liability order, allowing the following action to be taken. Bullet point 1. Request financial details. Attach benefit/earnings. Instruct an enforcement agent. It must be Capita who are running this Middlesbrough Council tax carry-on, because, you know, we've all seen that one before with their clatter with the BBC licence fee. Anyway, next one. Place a charge on your property. Initiate bankruptcy proceedings. Initiate committal to prison proceedings. Right? So, hang on, let me get this right. If Middlesbrough Council follow all of those things in that last box, right, and come to the last one on the list, initiate committal to prison proceedings, in other words, they're going to sling me in clink, right, because I just happen to have paid their council tax in the required month, right? So, basically, if they send me to prison because of all this clatter, which I find totally ludicrous, by the way, but let's say they did send me to prison, right? How on earth do they think I'm going to pay them any money moving forward? because I'm sure I could go to the governor in the prison and say, Mr. Governor, can you let me out for a couple of hours because I need to go to the post office to make this payment to the council for the council tax. And they go, oh yeah, sure, non-road user, yeah, we'll let you out, there you go. Jump on the bus, I'll be back in a couple of hours. Don't leave the gate open, I'll close it on my way back in. Right? What a total and utter farce this is, right? And all because someone is paying their council tax within the required month, right? This is really just typical Labour lefty alone territory. It's just totally nuts. But look at the leader of the Labour Party, and there you go. I won't go any further with that one. But anyway, so we'll see how this pans out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have a bit of a stir over this, and I'll contact some media outlets locally, I guess, and see if they're willing to take up this story. But I just find it totally ludicrous. I really do. And I don't know whether you remember or not. I've just remembered, actually. I made a video a year or so ago. I can't remember exactly when it was. But there were actually some Middlesbrough Borough Councillors who were going through this exact same thing because they hadn't paid their council tax, apparently, according to the story that was in the local newspaper, right? And yet here you have a guy, me, right, who is paying his council tax, and I'm getting all this grief and aggro, and I really don't understand it. It's just totally beyond my comprehension, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, that's the Labour lefty loans down at Middlesbrough Town Hall for you, I guess. So anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you later. Bye.